Collier is now going to show you a cool way to use washable markers and water and then turn them into kind of a watercolor paint. So the first thing you're going to do is take your markers on your paper. You want to make sure you have kind of a thicker paper if possible. If you did this on notebook paper, you probably just want to color with regular markers and not add water. No big deal. This is just fun. If you have markers, of course, if you don't have markers, use whatever you got. So right now, I'm just adding yellow to most of my lumps. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to do part of it so that I can speed this up and you can do it on your own. I'm going to start with my lightest colors, and then I will add darker colors, greens and blues, next. Now remember, this next trick only works with washable markers. If you use permanent markers like Sharpies, they won't bleed like this. These markers are what are called water soluble. That means when you put water on them, they dissolve or they bleed. So I'm just taking a cup of water and a paintbrush. If you don't have a paintbrush, you can use a Q-tip or your finger. And then I'm going to add a little bit of water and slowly blend these markers to make it look like paint. It looks not great to begin with, but keep the blending. Be careful not to rip a hole in your paper. And soon you'll end up with something really cool. Alright, so their face shields or their little goggles are usually kind of a grayish or black. So I'm going to make some circles, leaving a little bit of white for a highlight in the middle of some gray. And then around the edges, I'm going to do some black so that it kind of blends from a lighter color to a darker color. And then I'll be finished. So I'll fast forward from here. Alright, Miss Collier, aka Farce, is over and out. If you need help, make sure you let me know in a private comment or an email, and I would love to help you. I can't wait to see what skin you create for your game character. Hope you had fun. Bye!